Hey everybody, this is a product review of the Comica Micro Compact Directional Shotgun Microphone. I've been using this mic in some of my teaching, online teaching, and especially on the World Drum Club YouTube channel. And I'm really impressed with it. I just wanted to share it with you because it's something that I think many of you would want to know about and many of you could use. So I'm going to do a little unboxing, even though I've been using this for about a week and a half. And this is a small format shotgun mic. And to call it a shotgun mic might be a little bit of a stretch, but it is directional, which is great because if you're shooting on a DSLR or a camcorder, or even on your smartphone and you're not using a directional mic, it means you're picking up a lot of other sounds that you don't necessarily want in your recording. And we know that good quality video is often defined by good quality audio. So I'm going to be doing some audio tests with this later. Right now you're listening to a much more expensive system capturing the audio, but I'll also include a few audio tests. But let's just look at what you get out of the box. So in the box actually is a couple of guides. There's a quick start manual guide here, and this just gives you kind of the setup and recommendations. It tells you what's in the packaging. It gives you recommendations for setups depending on whether you're using it for a smartphone, a DSLR, or even a GoPro. And then there's some registration information. One of the nice features about this that I really like is that there's no battery required. You know, I have a small format shotgun mic, actually the Rode VideoMic Pro, and it's a great mic. It costs about 5 times more than this. It's a great mic, but it does need a battery, and I have had a battery die on me when I was shooting, and I didn't know for a while, and that's always a bummer. So this one does not need a battery. So let's see what you get in the box. So in the packaging, it has this nice case, which I really like. It's this kind of durable, soft, rubbery coated plastic case, but it's really pretty nice. Right away, you'll be happy to know that you get a finger hat to keep your fingers warm when you're out shooting. No, this is actually the wind muff. This is for extreme windy conditions, and you can place this over the mic and hopefully reduce any kind of low wind rumble, which can just ruin your video. You get a couple of cables or cords, and I'll talk about these in a second, but it's nice that they give you options. You get the windscreen or the pop screen, also can be used as a finger hat in extreme cases. This is the one you probably want to use most of the time for daily use, even for voiceover work, you could use this guy. And then, of course, the microphone itself, which looks like this. Very compact, very small, and lightweight. It's got, the mic side and the plug side. And then what's nice also is you have a little shock mount, and this has a shoe on it. It fits on your standard size, camcorder, DSLR shoe mount. And it's just a little kind of hard, firm, I'll call it firm plastic shock mount. It's probably not going to reduce a bump from anything really. It gives it a little bit of cushion or springiness. Of course, it's, shock mounts are, I don't know if they really do that much good. If you're bumping the microphone or the camera, you're probably going to hear it. So let me show you how this goes together. You can take your shock mount and basically you just put the microphone into it like this, clips in. Then depending on which filter you want to use, or pop screen, windscreen, you just pop that on and that is ready to go. Then depending on, and we're going to move on to setting this up on an iPhone right now. I've been using it on the iPhone 7 Plus, and you will need to have your headphone adapter. And they give you, like I said earlier, they give you 2 cables, and this one actually says, I don't know if you can see this with the overhead camera, but this one actually says smartphone on it. So that makes it really easy. The reason it's a smartphone cable is because this one has a tip ring sleeve configuration at the gray end, and then that converts to a tip ring sleeve at the black end. The black cable, which is what you could use for a DSLR or a camcorder, has tip ring sleeve on both ends. So in that case, you would just plug that into the mic, plug it right into your camera. This one, for the smartphone, you need to put the tip ring sleeve into the mic, and it just plugs right in the back like that. And then this goes into the camera. And what I'll do here is I will set this up. I like to set up the mic over the lens, so I would put this on the camera side, on the lens side, tighten that up, really secure, and then this just gets plugged right in to the headphone cable, and that's it. So that looks like that. You can move this out of the way if that's a bother, but you know, I haven't really had any issues with it. And then you're ready to go. And I like to shoot on the iPhone with Filmic Pro, where you can adjust the volume, you can adjust a lot of sensitivity and settings on the camera. So now that this is ready to go, all we need to do is shoot some video. So I will give you a couple video samples with the iPhone. I'll also give you a couple samples with this camera that I'm using now to shoot, which is a Lumix GH4. And I'll use the other cable and plug it right into that. And I'll give you a couple samples at a couple different distances so you can hear what that sounds like. Okay, we'll be right back after the mic samples. So here's the microphone in the iPhone 7 Plus. Now, as I mentioned, it's plugged directly into the iPhone. There's no special cables that you need. There's no batteries. This is just this microphone. It's about 1.5 feet away. I'm not sure how many centimeters that is. Sorry if you're not in the UK or the United States for that measurement, but you could figure it out. It sounds like this, and hopefully it sounds good. And right now, the next thing I'll do is I'll move it a little bit farther away, so those of you that shoot more than just a talking head shot like this can get an idea of what you might sound like if you were in a bigger space with more space between you and the camera. Okay, here we are with a little bit more space. This is about 4 feet away from the iPhone lens, and you're probably getting more room sound, but hopefully it still sounds pretty clean. I've noticed that the camera is actually, or the microphone rather, is pretty tight in terms of the sound. It actually reduces the room sound, so you don't get as much ambient sound, you know, sound bouncing off the walls. This microphone doesn't have the widest dynamic range that I've experienced, but you know, for $50, I think it does a remarkable job capturing the sound, especially the sound of voice. So you might not get very low lows or very crisp highs, but you're going to get great dialogue sound. So for many of you that do vlogging or even podcasting, this would be a good mic choice for you. All right, so next coming up, we're going to look at how it sounds right on the GH4 plugged directly into the DSLR. And here we are with the Comica microphone plugged directly into a Lumix GH4. And I'm about 6 feet from the camera right now. 6 feet from the mic. The mic's mounted directly on top of the camera, of course. And I think, you know, this is a medium-sized shot, right? We're not really far, but we're not that close either. So this should give you an idea of what you might sound like if you were doing some sort of presentation, you're showing people, you know, how to do something, you've got some workspace here. Now, of course, you could use a longer cable. This is what I would recommend. Use a longer cable and mount the mic actually above you or very close to you like you would a normal shotgun like I had earlier, which I had the mic right above me. So maybe we can try that for a minute and see if that makes a big difference. And this is with the microphone mounted right above me, right up here. It's right on top of my other shotgun microphone, which is $1,000+, but here's what it sounds like when we move it closer. So this will give you an idea of what you could do with this $50 micro directional condenser mini shotgun, very small microphone that does not take a battery. And most of the other mics I have, whether they're over $1,000 or they're a few $100s like the VideoMic Pro, all take batteries, which means they can die on you. So I like that this one doesn't have a battery. Here's what it sounds like directly into the Lumix. And like I said, it's about a foot from my face right now. So that's what that sounds like. All right, that's my review of the Comica Micro Compact Directional Condenser Shotgun Video Microphone. And I do need to read that off the box because that is the longest title of any product I think that I've ever seen in my life. But if you guys like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you like, and let me know what you think of it. I think for about $50, this is a great value, and I hope you get to use it and enjoy it like I have. Thanks for watching.